Seriously, what do you think about what I just said? And I'll repeat everything he says so for the recording. I think you're right. So, no, I'll repeat the answer. I think that's right. The iPad is it's a token that we can use to drive ourselves into expressing ourselves in a way that is going to be massively productive and also is going to make us all a lot of money. I know that's not kosher to say that, but I think it's completely unstoppable. Just watching the nature of what Jobs has triggered with the iPhone and now with these devices, it's extraordinary. It's a reboot of the operating system around a different set of gestures, and some of them will work. I mean, John's got one of those tablets. I had one of those like 10 years ago, and it seemed like it was going to be interesting 10 years ago, but it really took Moore's law to bring it down to the point where where the speed and the size of the processors and I think the ubiquity of broadband has conspired to create this opportunity to be able to do what Bill Gates was thinking about 10 years ago. So we're getting close to Bill's machine looking like this machine. There's a convergence going on here that's pretty exciting. Right. Okay, any questions? Yeah.
Sort of a silo, right? Isolationist. But now with the broadband and with all the activities that other people are starting to engage in, do you think collaboration is increasing just automatically because of what's available?
Well, what do you think? I mean, that's a good question. What do you think?
I think it is. I don't know whether it's bringing a lot of meaningful value. I don't know what they're co-laboring for.
Are you collaborating with anybody on anything?
A number of different projects. I do. Yeah.
And how do you do that? Do you have video conferences? Do you just basically contribute to a common code base and check in and check out, but without really interacting with people?
We do a variety of check in and check out, phone calls. Still, it's a lot of personal contact. And then also using some of the Wave and some of the instant message technologies. So we're using a variety of.
Do you find that the real time micro messages technology, is that useful, or is that just a huge waste of time?
That's why I was saying that the collaboration, I don't know, in some of these tools that exist right now, the micro messaging, I don't know that really creates a lot of things. It tends to just alarm things. But for the most part, as you were saying with RSS being dead, there's this stage where it's an information overload. So we cease to work together or collaborate. Some people are just producing content. And that would take you back to the other slide I really appreciated, which was, I don't know that I can train people to respect my time when they're emotional bombs.
Yeah, I don't think it's training. I don't think people respond very well to being told what to do. I think it's more that we mutually learn. It's do unto others. It's the golden rule more than it's education. I mean, there are people who believe in education, and certainly that can't be argued with. But I think that these technologies and what's going on in the real-time space is not about education. It's about it's subsuming the phone. I mean, my daughter, she doesn't use email. I think she has an email account. I recall setting it up for her. but she uses Facebook, and it's not like, I mean, she uses the IM, she uses Skype, she uses Skype video. She's got a whole information strategy worked out, and it has nothing to do with what we have grown up with and built out in terms of the business world. It's a completely different metaphor. Right. Yes, sir.
I'm going to agree with you that if you're 40 and up, yeah, we have a hard time collaborating. We didn't have. I'm going to disagree with you that I think your daughter's a perfect example, as is my daughter. These kids that are now coming into the workforce, they won't work like us. They know how to collaborate. They've been doing it for as long as they can remember. I think they're ferocious collaborators.
I don't agree. I think that there has to be, well, first of all, I've never been one to go along with the idea that there's an age divide, that the children of today are much more intuitive. I mean, I know lots of people who are my age and, middle age that can knock the socks off of people who've grown up knowing what this technology is about. I think Twitter did not, I mean, first of all, my daughter's 16 and my other daughter's 9. Neither of them are on Twitter. Couldn't care less about Twitter. Twitter is an example of a transformative change that's going on in terms of establishing through some sort of, metadata, this is my opinion, obviously, establishing through some sort of stream of metadata what's valuable and efficiently consumable and what they can contribute into that flow in order to be able to produce value coming from them. That's not really collaboration. That's very individual kind of behavior. So, what I was saying about Facebook and the way my daughter uses it is that she has a completely different notion of what the tools are to be able to survive with, and that they're all geared around her emotional stability. I mean, seriously, I've got a teenager, so, it's laughable to talk about stability. But it's that word pleasurable I'm very serious about. There needs to be some sort of spark in order for collaboration to make sense. When Doc Searles was, I was talking to Joyce a little while ago, 15 years ago, forever, he's been talking about how the open source movement, was going to work. And I've been saying to him what I've been saying to him about VRM now, which is, you're on drugs. I mean, it's just not going to happen. It's not the real world. I was wrong then. I'm wrong now. But how that's going to, you can call it popularizing it, but that's not the right word. How this is going to get built out in the way that Twitter exploded. This was a visceral connection with several generations, and the differences between those generations, the boomers, through, basically the people that like the Beatles, which is everybody. There's something about that kind of energy that has been empowered in a large portion of people that, when I signed on to Twitter because Gabe Rivera told me that it was going to be really important. And I sat there for a year feeling very proud of myself for never tweeting. I tweeted twice in the first year. But I knew that eventually it was going to manifest itself. I didn't know why, but you could feel that it was coming. And the same thing, previously with RSS. I thought RSS was just miraculous because it just completely changed. I've written professionally all my life. I started as a reviewer at Byte, looking up to John Udell as, God, basically. And I've gone through every